continue this important work. Today, I've brought along one of my civic influencers who has done spectacular work in California. I'm happy to introduce Miles Parker, a returning civic influencer from Vanguard University in Southern California. Miles has done amazing work as the vice president of the Vanguard Politics Club on his campus and has an immense passion for youth civic engagement and voter accessibility. With that, I'm happy to introduce you all to Miles.
Hello, everyone. It is such a pleasure to be speaking with you all today. My name is Miles Parker, and my pronouns are he, him, his. I became a civic influencer because I deeply care about political movements on my college campus. When I started college in 2020, there was not a lot of movement and civic engagement whatsoever. And that was one thing that I really wanted to get the ball rolling on, as we had predominantly just been doing debates on hot topics like abortion or gun rights. This is something that I had sought out to change. So, while engaging with my peers, I found that this was extremely important to me because I wanted to empower young voices to be speaking their mind and getting into the grassroots of politics. And this is really important because young folks are recently going to be one of the biggest voices in politics, which is why we should encourage them not only to vote, but to run for office. So that's something that I had sought out to do, not only as a civic influencer, but during my duration at Vanguard University. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Vanguard University. We're a small school. We're only about 2,000 students, and we are in the Congressional District 47, which is Katie Porter's representative, and we are also in Costa Mesa, California. Usually, the civic engagement of the students has not necessarily been that strong, but it has been steadily rising with more enrollment after we've left this pandemic. So what I set out to change while working with the civic influencers and at Vanguard was to positively impact my campus and foster nonpartisan discussions about really important civic topics and how to engage with the peers and create a space where we could value everybody's opinion. And I have done that through a couple of events, one of them being the Why Minority Votes Matters during the 2022 gubernatorial election in California and through the recall. And as well as one project that I'm really proud of is the voter registration drive that we held over 2 days on campus for 2 hours. We held that last fall, and we only had a week to organize it as we had a little bit of pressure from our department. However, one thing that I'm really proud of is that we were able to not only get the forms, the registration forms in English, Spanish, Korean, and Vietnamese, as long as getting a snack table set up. We were able to get a faculty member who is one of the head of our departments. And I was really proud of that because we were able to meet students where they were at lunch and answer any questions that they had about registration. One thing that really stands out to me is that our faculty member, Dr. Kang, was able to connect with a student who had just moved to the United States to complete high school and go to college. And she didn't speak English very well. So she spoke to her in her native tongue, which was Korean, and was able to help her through the process and help her sign up. Ultimately, over these past 2 days, we were able to get almost 300 students registered. And this is something that I continue to be very proud of as a civic influencer. This year, we're hoping to plan for a TikTok event discussing kind of like what the ban may be if it does get passed through the Senate, as well as the 2024 presidential election. And we're going to hope to talk about some hot topics that Trump has discussed, as well as Biden from a nonpartisan perspective. Thank you so much for listening to me today.